Warning, I swear a lot.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Deck Delusions. So it's my turn once again to make a deck, and I've finally decided to go for something that truly interests me, and that is the way of the Singular Strike. I love Singular Strike. It's not necessarily good, really. There are so many better things you can do than run Singular Strike, but I love Singular Strike. I think it's great. I love the idea of landing one really fucking big hit. And I decided I would try and do my best, my best being very different to everyone else's best, to make a Singular Strike build. One that is good. One that is, dare I say, potentially very good. I don't know if it actually is, but that was the intent going into it. I put some thought into this, I truly did. I was wondering maybe whether to go with like a Singular Strike Boundary of Death kind of build, but and I could still do that in the future, but for this specifically, it's not what I chose to do. I have gone somewhat sensible with it. There is logic in my decisions, believe it or not, but whether or not that logic is actually applicable is anyone's guess. But to showcase the Singular Strike build, I chose the Floor of Language, for reasons that will become apparent, but language is just very powerful in of itself. And who better to showcase this than Kiwi, who I believe I ran Singular Strike builds with multiple times throughout the series, and is the character who punked out Kali. So, seemed appropriate. But I have gone Purple Tier. We're focusing on Pierce, but honestly I could build this across multiple types, as it were, across Slash, Blunt, and Guard, if I wanted to, but I have just focused on Pierce for now as a proof of concept. The cards in question are 3 times Taste Test, 3 times Gale Kick, 2 times Celestial Spear, and 1 times Duel for Mass Attack Protection. Fuck it, I'm replacing Duel with Laceration. Yeah, that's a better choice. Okay, so, obviously we need a Mass Attack Defense, because, Singular Strike builds are really bad at Mass Attack Defense if you just focus on Singular Strike. But a lot of the focus I wanted to put in here was counters, because I am, initially at least, gonna try and see how this build works as a pure solo deck. I don't know how far it will get with this in mind, but that's what I wanted to try. But I knew that the absolute focus for wanting to survive as a solo Singular Strike user was gonna be counter cards. Lots and lots of counters. Now, look at Gale Kick, for example. That Pierce attack will gain the Singular Strike benefit, but the counter die won't. This is how Singular Strike works. I'm sure many of you are aware of this, but I'm just making sure we're all on the same page. So we need the ability to buff our counter die to make sure they work. Celestial Spear, if that 4-8 block was a 4-8 Pierce, I would be in heaven, but it's not. But it is still a counter die, and it will still mitigate damage even if it fails, which helps. But we move on to the passive attributions. Obviously, we've got the Purple Tiers, Manipulator of Odds, and Changing Stances, but we've also got Singular Strike, funnily enough. Don't need to put that on Bamboo Had Kim's page, but I guess I did. It's a solo build, so I'm not taking other people's decks in the same floor into consideration, if you know what I mean. We're not trying to build for a whole floor, just one person. Singular Strike, Stiletto, and Mind Hauler. Obviously, you could season this build to taste, right? You could focus on certain things, or perhaps shore up weaknesses, or go all in on certain strengths. There are many ways you can run it. But the goal here is to use the singular attacks, as it were, to hit either our opponent's singular die, or to counteract an attack that is especially, devastating if the first die happens to have a really negative effect, or to just deal damage. Really, when it comes to contesting opponents' cards, it kind of comes down to the counter die, which is a little iffy, but this is why I wanted a mass attack defense with counter die, because if we get hit by a mass attack, well, we have to deal with a mass attack, but we also still have to deal with many other attacks as well, I'm sure. So Laceration being our mass attack blocker also gives us some defense on that front. With Manipulator of Odds, if we're rolling minimum, we can try again. It's very good. Stiletto provides a lot of power, and Singular Strike obviously provides a lot of power as well. Mind Hauler for the stagger resist, because my intent when running this in the field, as it were, would be to get Hello. Because Singular Strike die do a fuck ton of damage, because you've got all that power, which means every time we hit with a Singular Strike attack, and we will, because their values are so high, we'll get that health back, which would basically make us immortal. But that means we wouldn't be able to get Shell, which is very important, in nullifying incoming stagger, so instead we've got Mind Hauler. Once again, there are multiple ways to run that, but I have tested this deck once. I didn't want to test it too much because I like to test it on camera because I feel like that's where it gets more interesting. But I tested it on Don Juan. He's a star of the city character, so he's not exactly a pushover, but he's definitely not amongst the higher echelons of characters in this game. But this battle serves as a proof of concept. I'll show you guys how it works, and you can see how it works, you can assess it for yourself. Now, obviously, a problem with this, which is why I should probably build into the other stances, is that we don't get any of our cards in our initial stance, which means we have to switch to piercing, which costs light. But it's a minor concern, to be honest. So, for instance, yeah, Don Juan's throwing these at us, and as it stands, we can't really block those with our attacks. So we're kind of not going to. We have to block something because we literally can't, you know, we have to. The game will force us to contest one of these attacks, but we only need to contest one. So we do it like that, and then we throw in a taste test as well. Go for it like that. Big hit, mild hit in return. Get past his defense, then he goes for us. And we completely outpace him when it comes to counter die. Now, vampirism is something I was thinking of when trying to build this. I did want to see if I could fit bleed in here somewhere, but when you're going pierce, singular strike, there's not a lot of bleed options. And if you go slash, singular strike, there are bleed options, but not many counter options. But you'd have to waste like 2 passive attribution to get consistent bleed on your slash attacks, which might be worth it. But, as it stood, I went for Pierce instead. Obviously, Roll of the Wolf is most important for us right now, because it literally allows us to dominate. He only has one attack he can do, and it's a singular strike attack. Body. No. Are you kidding me? May as well do another taste test, because the resilience is useful as well. He's staggered. It's over. It's actually over. There's nothing he can do now. But throwing in taste test and having that resilience stat allowing us to prevent, like, bleed and stuff is extremely useful. Even if this doesn't kill him, it doesn't matter. Because he can't keep up. He actually survived. When I tested this off camera, he died in, like, 2 or 3 scenes. It was that quick. And he will die similarly quickly now. Down he goes. Very simple. And in a one-on-one fight, it's incredibly simple because it's a one-on-one fight. But I'm curious to see how this may perform. Don Juan is not the most powerful adversary in the game. In fact, there are people in, like, floors below him that are more dangerous. Like, you know, Geb. Geb's pretty dangerous. Or Callie, sorry, this is Callie specifically. I don't think Kiwi will win this. Because I feel like if you're going to solo Callie, you kind of need to build for it. And we're not using, like, Solo Fixer, for instance, because I kind of needed all these slots. Although, it occurs to me, Stiletto only provides... Hang on, let's come out of this, actually. Let's come out of this. Let's go back to basics, because it occurs to me, I've only just thought of this now, Stiletto provides +2 Pierce Dice Power, whereas Lone Fixer, if we can find it, grants 3 Strength. And considering Stiletto provides Pierce Dice Power specifically for attacks, Strength would do the exact same thing, and therefore would be a better choice. It's also cheaper. The only downside is we don't get it on round 1, but that's fine. And that gives us 4 left to work with. Running it like this, actually, there's plenty of room for Razor Strike. We can get Razor Strike and Hellfooler and spec this back into Slash. Let me have a look. Sorry, I should have really tested this stuff off camera, but this only just occurred to me now. Yes, here's the problem, you see, is that a lot of... there's practically no singular strike slash attacks other than Violet Blade that have counter die. But that doesn't mean it has to all be slash attacks. Really, does it? If you think about it, it doesn't have to be like that at all. So we're on Slash right now, get 3 Violet Blades, because that's our big damage dealer. Let's set this up as if we were doing this. So Razor Strike, and then we want Hellfooler. So this could work if you make sure you're playing Violet Blade virtually every turn. We'd still have the similar, but we are significantly losing our ability to retaliate, whereas here, in Pierce, we have a fuck ton of retaliation. The reason I want to go for the Inflict Bleed is to get the extra healing from Vampirism, but maybe it's just not necessary. Oh, right, we don't have any more space for more things. Yeah, that's right, so we can only work with what we got. Right, yeah, that's why Razor Strike would have been a thing. I suppose you could just go Unrelenting. Gives us more chance to stay in the fight. I think this Pierce deck is probably the better way to do it. I like Slash, and Violet Blade is incredible, but I say hold on to this. Let's build out the rest of them, actually. Let's at least have them available, because it will give us some flexibility in certain circumstances. Okay, so I've built them all out, and they're absurd, but the idea is to switch to them for specific circumstances. The main focus will be on either Slash or Pierce. Those are the main ones we're running with, and to be honest, we're mainly going to be running Pierce, but we can switch to these if we need cards and there's a specific circumstance needed. This is going to get very silly, but you can see Slash, 3 Draw the Sword, 3 Burning Flash, 3 Violet Blade. Pierce remains the same taste test, Gale Kick, Laceration, and Celestial Spear. Blunt, Loosen Up, Shocking Blow, and Binding Arms. The honest thought is just, like, if we have a situation where we can really capitalize on someone, like if they're only using one singular die or something, we could switch to Binding Arms and paralyze them, and then debuff them on another turn. But unfortunately, switching to Blunt and then using Binding Arms initially would take, like, 4 light, so it's something that I'm probably not gonna do. You know, but it's an option. It's there. And then Shocking Blow, I don't know, it's just cheaper and has good numbers. And then Loosen Up can restore light provided it hits. God, I hope it hits. And then Guard is just blocks and counters, just in case it's necessary. But honestly, our focus is going to be on Slash and Pierce. This is how things are going to be. Let's try Geb. Let's try Callie. I don't think we're going to win, frankly, but I'd say it's worth trying. I'd say it's worth giving it a go. I'm not going to obsess over this either. Not like last time. There are other tests I want to run with this. So both your attacks are going for them. That's fine. That's completely fine. This plays into what we're doing. Callie does get counter die, but Taste Test to be able to take care of that, I'm sure. You can inflict bleed. So we're going to want to block that one, so that our counter die can block the bleed one, so that on the first turn we're not suffering bleed. I'd say Gale Kick is the way to go. We're going to take hits, but the key is that we're going to deliver them back as well. Ah, and that fucks. That completely fucked up. Oh, it's not as good as I was hoping. Maybe I do need more. Right, yeah, first turn, we don't have Lone Fixer active. And now we're going to get more. Okay, yeah. I'm panicking. I need not panic. Everything is actually fine. The only problem is we are getting out, like, you know, she's outnumbering us in attacks, which is a problem. Spear can be dealt with a counter. We're gonna take some hits. It's fine. It's fine. We'll figure it out. And let's do defensive counter die. You know what? Let's find out, shall we? Let's just fucking find out. Let's find out. Let's do some testing. Let's see. Big hit. And a big hit in return, but it's fine. Good. Honestly, that did its job. Big hit. Massive hit. Doesn't mean much, she has a lot of health, but... Does she have bleed? No, why would she have bleed? None of my cards inflict bleed. I just like to check. See, this is a situation where you could build into blood, but... Fuck, that's scary. I used blood once before and it didn't work out very well. Nah, just use Prey. It's not great, but it does actually technically help because it provides more damage per hit. So you've got, greatest split vertical. Time for Celestial Spear, I suppose. Oh, wrong one. Now, I guess it's the true test of this build's power. If it's good enough to handle that, it's good enough to handle anything. So yeah, that's providing a defensive counter die. This will hit regardless. Let's see what we got. Good. Good. No, it did not work. It did not work. It did not work. It did. Ow. Yeah. That might be a situation where Violet Blade would be the play. Fortunately, we can't die yet, but we are staggered, so we are dead. Oh, the music went lame, but it's Callie's theme anyway. Yeah, that might have been a Violet Blade moment for the doubled damage bonuses. I'm in considerable pain right now. I bet you are, Kiwi. Don't worry, it's not over yet. I'm gonna try. Oh yeah, we'll leave. I will try it one more time because I want to see if I can quickly do that. But once again, the intent here, funnily enough, is not to make this as a one-on-one build. That's not actually what it's made for. It's made, or at least it's attempting to deal with multiple opponents while still adhering to singular strike. Now, once again, I don't know if that's gonna work, but we're trying. Hey, we're back. Let's do this again. Level slash. Oh yeah, you're currently on blunt. Well, this ain't gonna work. Pierce provides the most benefits in the grand scheme of things, so you're doing 2 level slashes, which is very annoying. Honestly, it might be worth trying to go for laceration. We do gain bonuses. Some. Fuck it, yeah, start this game, start the fight out this way. Good. Good. And then we can use, yep, our counter die to keep her back. And that's a good first turn. I just have to be careful with that, because when we're going to start dealing with mass attacks, I want to make sure I have laceration available. Fuck it, let's see what this do. Fuck it, let's go for some blood. At 0 blood, lose 4 to 8 stagger resist at the start of the scene. At +1 blood, when rolling an offensive die, lose HP and boost damage. At 15 plus, gain 2 strength. This was a bad idea. But I don't really care if we win this, to be honest with you. I'm just trying things out. There we go. We want the counter die to deal with the rest of our shit. Oh, that didn't work. Which means, yeah, we're going to take 2 free hits, basically. We're not taking a lot of damage. We just dealt a lot in return as well. And the increased strength might actually allow for a quicker resolution to the battle. Using Onrush. Now this is a good test. Unfortunately, we don't have Celestial Spear at the moment, so we'll switch to slashing. We'll get Violet Blade going against that. Oh, that's not even the right die. I'm a failure. I'm a failure. This does actually make it a lot more fun and interesting because we are swapping up attacks on the fly. Now, we are going to take some hits this turn. That's fucking inevitable, but the hope is we might at least do quite a lot in return. Good. Yeah! That's what you want to see. These are big hits. So, the impression I'm getting is that Instincts does not work with a singular strike because the last die on their current page gains 1 to 2 power, recovers 7 HP, 3 at 7 HP. Now, I don't suppose that can apply to the die that is clashing, because that doesn't make any sense, and I'm guessing it doesn't apply to the counter die, because the counter die is not taken into consideration when doing the clash. Right, when doing a normal clash. The counter die is only taken into consideration when you are attacked. But it would be worth seeing if that does work. I'm sure many of you already know, and I apologize for wasting your time with something that undoubtedly doesn't work, but, you know, I'm curious. We get Smile. But the fight has certainly... Oh, you're using Onrush again. Oh, I see. The fight is certainly progressing. A lot has happened. It's a bit risky, but I think I want to see if I can switch back to Pierce. Oh, over every 2 scenes. Alright, so we're stuck here for now. Okay. Well, Onrush will have to be dealt with by Violet Blade, and hopefully the counter die can deal with something else. We kind of want the counter die to deal with Spear, just because it has the most attacks in it, and it's most likely a win. And then draw the sword on that, see what you can do, really. We've only got 1 counter die this turn. I don't think I've built this with any built-in counter die, have I? No, which would have been an interesting choice, perhaps, to go for. It might be something I do. Because that built-in slash die from Geb's thing could be very useful. Good. Good. And then a lot of health back this turn. And an absorption. Definitely mimicry. Definitely mimicry. The real fight starts now. Okay, it sure fucking does. Greatest split horizontal. You've caught me at a bad time, Geb, I gotta be honest. So 2, 4, 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay. We need to go back to piercing. Which is unfortunate because mimicry. Oh, we still don't have any cards. That's a mass summation. Taste test that so you at least get rid of one of her bigger die. And then you've got nothing, so cross your fingers, I suppose. Wow, taste. Oh no, I did the wrong one! So we don't need to do this again. We've seen it now. Let's see how this goes against multiple opponents. This will be more telling. Fuck it, let's give that a go, why not? I'm here to have fun. Kiwi, are you fire? That's the question. Alright, let's have a look here and see what we got going. Oh, already they have a lot more attacks than us. They've got coordinated assault as well. Yeah, there's a lot going on. And you've started on, slash, like a real smart person. None of their attacks are currently susceptible to singular. This is not going to go well. I can already see. But hey, this first turn might go bad, but maybe later turns will go better. That's a poor start. Oh boy. Yeah, you're going to take a lot of hits and a lot of burn. Yeah, there's a lot. Yeah, there's a lot. Yeah, there's a lot. Yeah, there's a lot. This might have been a bit. Yeah, that's an immediate stagger. Okay, all right. Let's reevaluate. This needs to be built a little better. I can tell. There are things I can do. I'm sure. I think getting that counter die in is crucial from Geb's page. Okay, so I've tried to switch it up a bit. We're leaning much more heavily into counters now. But I've gone with Olivier's page with speed 3, 4 trigrams, all for Hana, 12 fixes, retaliate, singular strike, lone fixer, and deep wound. I want the bleed so that I can benefit from vampirism. We also want to get instincts as well. Much of the focus here is on counters, and we've got a lot of good counters. We've got Violet Blade, we've got Laceration, we've got Gale Kick, we've got Taste Test. Gale Kick's counters are pretty weak, and this is worth taking into consideration. But even with all the counters in the world, I just don't think there's enough here to actually... Let's try something a little simpler. Let's try something a little less intense, shall we? We'll try the thumb and see how this goes. But it's worth pointing out that while I am presenting this as a solo build, it doesn't have to be a solo build. This could 100% be used as part of a group. And I guess you just move away from the focus on counter die. That's all you do. Big hit. Big hit. And then it gets a lot worse. Especially when they fail. Ah, it's fine, it's fine. The first turn's rough, but we come back from there if we can. Yeah, we're not gonna. Yeah, no, it's a stagger. Okay, all right. No, this doesn't work. Unfortunately, because we literally just got vampirism, but no, this does not work. There's got to be a way to do this. Then again, I just don't think solo singular strike is the way to go. I want to try and do it, but I don't think you can. I just don't think there's a way to do it. You just don't have enough die. You can solo another solo character, sure, but like multiple opponents. If it's above, I want to say 3 opponents, you're out of luck. There's nothing you can do. And that's assuming that your dice actually hit as well, because Lone Fixer doesn't come into play until round 2. This build can take off on round 2, but the problem is we can't survive round 1. And that's crippling. That's completely crippling. There's nothing we can do if we can't survive round 1. Yeah, I did forget to use my trigrams. I don't think it would have made a difference. It just occurs to me I did forget to do that, but it wouldn't have made a fucking difference, let's be real. Not in that situation. Although maybe if I'd used the defensive one and lowered stagger damage, that might have done something, but nah. I'd like to test it against Roland, though. Yeah, let's do it. We're not going to get to the end, we're not going to win, but I'd like to see how far we can get with it. He's got Retaliate as well! I didn't realize! Oh, fuck. Okay. He has a lot more die than I was expecting. He has a lot more die than I was expecting! I forgot! Gale Kick on that, I suppose, and but then you can't use Violet Blade. Okay, well, Violet Blade on that, I suppose, and then, oh boy, it's not looking good, is it? Taste test. Let's just see if we can make anything work here. Oh no, oh god, our counter die ain't even good enough. Are you gonna live to see the next turn? Yes. Well, now we do get a lot stronger. But, I mean, is it even gonna make a difference? I mean, we have to contest that, or we've lost, basically. Yeah, can't. Wait, oh no, oh fuck, oh, so you can't counter anything with, Gale Kick. Well, that's the end of the fight then, isn't it? And you failed on Violet Blade anyway! Oh my god! Wow, no, this doesn't work. Nope, this does not work. Nope, this does not work. Oh, Singular Strike, my beloved, I just want you to work. Yeah, go ahead and kill Angela, it's fine. Moving on. Wait, do we need specific books for that? Did I fuck up? Nah, you don't use specific books for this. Nah, because he's already in the library, we don't have to invite him. That's really unfortunate. Alright, well... See, this presents an interesting dilemma for me, ladies and gentlemen, because in every other, deck delusions we've done, we've started low and started building our way up, right? Seeing, like, how far can we push this deck? What can it handle? What can we get it to do? Now, we've started way up, and now we're working our way back down. Like, okay, if this deck can't handle much up here, what can it actually handle? What can it even deal with? And that's where we are right now. He's attempting to find something that this can actually deal with. So let's have a look. Oh, that's a bad start. But of course, Lone Fixer hasn't kicked in yet. Okay. I thought we had instincts for a moment there, but no. That's fine. Vampirism, I suppose. Because now we've got strengthened. That will help a lot. You're using energy shield. That can mostly be ignored. Energy beam, that's a problem. That is a problem. But one we can deal with. An uncanny strike is also a problem. But one we can deal with. Okay, well, let's see. That fucking failed. That didn't. That's something. Good. Not good. We've been staggered. Oh my god. Oh, it just doesn't work, does it? I think trying to lean into vampirism and bleed is not working. I think that, I mean, there are many problems here, let's be real. It's a singular strike solo deck, but I think that might be one of the main concerns. We're trying to spread ourselves too thin. To get rid of Deep Wound. But once we've got Singular Strike and Retaliate, there's not a lot left to work with, and you need Lone Fixer in there as well, and then you've got virtually nothing. Fuck. The biggest problem is that this deck needs time to build up. It needs time, and when you only have one person, you don't have time. You need to go straight away, or it's not gonna work. Because, you know, they'll just dump on you and kill you within, like, 2 rounds. Turn 1 or turn 2, I think we can get Vampirism. And that's great, that helps with our health issue. Doesn't help with our stagger issue, though. Without Lone Fixer, we just lack the strength to really deal with people. Maybe as the fight goes, maybe if we can survive long enough to continue the fight and get more of the Abno pages from languages, that might be okay, but the problem is, this, like I said, this build gets off the ground on turn 2 because of Lone Fixer. If we don't have Lone Fixer, then it doesn't get off the ground until, like, turn 4 or later. So we'd be buying time in exchange for needing to wait even longer to even do anything. It's not good. It's not good. Well, hang on, what about this? Let's give this a try, eh? We'll throw out a little buzz. Is that start of the act? Yeah, well, that might buy us the time we need. That might just buy us the time we need. Do I really think so? No. But I'm gonna try, because fuck it. I made this stupid build, and I'm now kind of committed to this stupid video. So let's fucking try. There we go, we rolled much higher on speed this time. They've all got paralysis. This is good. Uncanny Strike needs to be dealt with. Stuff like Energy Shield can be safely ignored. Give that a try. Good, that's a start. Good, and then a minor hit in return. And then the counter die deal with you, and it's very good. That's unfortunate, because we wasted 2 counter die on that one, but... things will improve this turn because we get our strength bonus. And then Roll of the Wolf is actually going to be the most useful thing we can get right now. To buff our counter die, because they desperately need it. Unfortunately, we don't have a lot of counter die this turn. So that's an issue. Devastating Thrash, of course you would do this. Spend 4 charge to boost power of all die on this page by 2. Which means we would need a counter die to deal with that, and I just don't think we're going to have one by the end of the turn, especially since you're faster. So we can't really choose what our counter die are going to, you know, counter. And that's a problem in of itself. Unless we take this opportunity to use Laceration on that. And taste test. Oh no, you're gonna have to pick your target specifically here. Is that the only thing going for? Yeah, it is. Aww. Ready Up's gonna do damage anyway, so hit someone who isn't defending themselves. Oh, but the clashes. I should have gone for the clash. Yeah, that's right. But we'll get plenty of clashes from the counter die, I should think. That's good. See, when it gets a moment to get off the ground, it kind of works. Kinda. I mean, we haven't won yet. Like, I'm talking a lot of words here, but the victory has not occurred yet. So those 2 have bleed, and that's quite good. You're going to use Energy Beam. Surely with +3 strength and singular strike, Violet Blade can do it. Surely it can. And by surely, I mean, maybe. Fuck it. Anything could happen. Gale Kick on that. At least get some health back for dealing with them. Oh, I can't believe that failed twice. I'm actually staggered that happened. Now the issue is stagger. Ironically, that was not an intentional turn of phrase when I said staggered. But, hey, we're still okay. Absorption. And Dipsia. Yes, this might be quite important. Especially since those 2 are staggered. Now's our time. Now. Oh god, you're doing that again. And you're gaining strength. We're gaining strength too, but I don't think we're gaining enough. So here's what we'll do. It is a mass summation. Okay. Yeah, use that. I've not even been using these. That could have helped if I hadn't used these. Fuck it, gain strength now. It's time. I think I'm just gonna let Dipsia do its thing to deal with that, and if it doesn't work, then fuck me, I guess. And I'm gonna just throw out some taste tests. Make sure those 2 die. That killed them. Wow, okay. And it staggered hit. Okay, well, I guess that won the fight, didn't it? I guess that won the fight. Oh yeah, but it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough for him to survive. So, we can defeat the Cane Office. It was a bit close though. It was a little bit closer than I'd liked. But admittedly, I had advantages that I didn't use. Like mainly the trigrams. What about R-Corp? possible. It's unlikely, but it's possible. Let's give it a try. Fuck it. Oh, that's a bad start. Oh, that's a bad start. Oh, that's a really bad start. Luckily, we're weathering this first turn quite well. Thanks to that trigram. But it's still not looking good. Would Claws of Savagery apply if I did that right now? I have an idea for the build. And this is the idea. So they're probably going to do biggest. Yeah, they got Mind Whip going and stuff. Violet Blade, I need you to be better. I really do. Last time, I'm not gonna lie, you disappointed me quite a bit. I don't think Gale Kick can take that, but I have to try. It did work. Very good. At least we can do this. And here comes the stagger. Alright, so theoretically, you know, just first turn, throw down not Gam, gone, because we'll need the defense. And they're doing some pretty basic stuff. On, you've got Mind Whip. Okay, that's worth noting. So, Violet Blade on that is your best bet. The problem is all of these attacks start with defensive moves, which means attacking them directly actually does very little. So it might be worth just picking on one person and trying to focus them down. That did not work. That's a poor start. This continues to be a poor start. Okay. We're going to take a full round of attacks. I think, like, Mind Hauler and Health Hauler is a necessity. We just don't have enough passive attribution. That is the lifelong, like, universal problem everyone has when making, special builds in this game, is that there's just not enough passive attribution. There never is. Now, from a balance perspective, there is enough passive attribution. Of course there is. Like, this game would be absurd if you got more. But when you want to do dumb shit, there's just not enough passive attribution. So, Mind Whip. Oh, and we're probably going to want extra strength this turn. We're probably going to want extra strength if we want to have a chance of winning any of these clashes. Oh, no, that's... Okay, no, you have. Okay, good, you did, and that. Okay, well, this is the best we've got. No, what? This works. Big hit. Good, it's working. Good. This is big hits. We might still get staggered, though. Yeah. Stagger is the issue. We need more stagger resist. We're not even taking that much health damage, to be honest. It's stagger damage. The big problem is stagger damage. We need Lone Fixer. It's not a fucking Singular Strike build if we don't have Singular Strike, and Retaliate. Maybe not Retaliate. But the problem is, with everything set up the way it is, I can't have Mind Hauler and Health Hauler, which means... Is there anything... I mean, yeah, I could go Strongest, but that actually doesn't really mean anything here. What about... Right, yeah. Actually, we can... My eye hurts. Tell you what, I've got an idea. You wouldn't believe the idea that I have. Mind Hauler, we need it. And, Unrelenting. And then, most frustratingly, we're actually missing out on a single passive attribution. But we need Buzz to just kind of give us some breathing room on the first round. Unrelenting means when we take a lethal blow, we won't die immediately. Mind Hauler allows us to regenerate our stagger resists. And then we're just holding out until we can get, like hello or something. I don't know. Let's give it another try. It's just frustrating because I know if we could just break through those early rounds, we've got them dead to rights. Because we also do a fuck ton of damage. We can stagger and kill people left and right. We just gotta get there. That's it. That's all we gotta do is we gotta get there. So, let's see. You're already using Mind Whip. That's a horrible start. I wish you wouldn't. You're using Mind Whip too. Three of you are using Mind Whip. But you two do have paralysis, so maybe, it's not gonna happen, is it really? Let's be fucking real for a moment, we're not gonna beat it, so it's also incredibly dependent on what they do on the first round, and that's not great. Even with paralysis. Nope. At least you got some stagger. Alright, I've already fucked it, but here's what I'm just learning more things with each attempt, okay? Here's what I needed to do. If they use Mind Whip on the first turn, I can't take that. I haven't got my bonuses yet, it's too strong. What I should do is focus my attacks on the other characters, because I'll have already taken stagger damage by the time I get to them, and do that to restore the stagger resist, so I don't get staggered. Yes, even losing these is still kind of a good thing because we are gaining emotion coins for it. A lot of damage, but we're taking it. Then we deal some damage back and get some stagger resist back. Not a lot, it's still kind of an issue. There you go, you hit them back. So Gone was very helpful. I get Claws of Savagery, because if that actually procs, then that'd be amazing. It didn't proc this turn because it wouldn't, but that's fine. We got a +3 strength. Now I say get Gyeon, because we're going to need it. So, who's using... Surely, yeah, one of you's using Mind Whip. Two of you, actually. So, Mind Whip. Please deal with it. I fucking implore you. That one's going to the first one, so that is going to hit no matter what. I need you to get some stagger back. Oh boy. Good, good, good. Big hit. Oh my god, that actually worked. Holy shit. I think it's a bit unfair that the counter die did not then go on to actually attack the person, because that would have been logical. But, you know, what do I know? I just play the video game. Apparently counter die don't capitalize on ranged attacks for some reason. Now we are staggered, but we're not actually dead. Because of the Claws of Savagery, so we'll get Roll of the Wolf. I can't do anything, no one can do anything. It's fine, and we're back. And honestly, the situation is not very good. I mean, it's just gonna be spamming Violet Blade, isn't it? What else can I do? Nope. This deck just doesn't fucking work against multiple opponents. It really doesn't. Any more than 3 opponents, and it does not work. There's just too many attacks coming in. No matter what you do to mitigate it, you cannot. And the problem is it doesn't work against a lot of these solo boss characters either, because they end up getting 50 million attacks. Like, Rollins is absurd. That dude gets like 7 attacks and an unblockable attack or something like that, and 2 counters. Let's try Geb one more time. I just want to see if we can beat Callie. I reckon we can. I reckon we can. Let's try it one more time. Fuck it, emotion coins. The first turn is all about emotion coins. That was a clash, it's good. And then we won that one, it's decent. The paralysis helped. So first thing we're gonna want is Roll of the Wolf. Absolutely, 100%. Because we are desperately relying on these counter die. Spear can be dealt with by the counter die, I'm pretty sure. We don't get natural counters anymore, do we? No, we don't. which is unfortunate. I forgot to use this. I forgot to use these. Yes, I did. Well, we're going to take some hits, so throw out some gone, and then taste test something. We can at least somewhat mitigate the amount of damage we take. There we go, it's a big hit. And we took one in return. That's good. That's good. The counters are great. We just need more of them. Have we... we can't bleed her. We don't have any bleeding cards, so vampirism is meaningless. Just get prey. It's using Greater Split Vertical. Okay, alright, well, this will be a deciding moment. Yeah, Gion. And then Violet Blade. That can be dealt with by the counter die from Violet Blade. So just taste test her other die. And go for it. That wasn't even close. That was not even close. I think we see like the ×2 on Violet Blade and get really excited, but it's not actually that good a singular strike card. That or I just don't use it properly. I'm definitely willing to accept that as a possibility. None of these are useful. So I kept talking about instincts, but what I actually meant was Roll of the Wolf. Roll of the Wolf is the one that increases counter die. I would love to make use of instincts, but I just don't think it... Fuck it, let's try it. I think I said that earlier, and I think I died before I actually got to try it out. Mimicry. Level Slash. I would use Laceration, but I don't trust its ability to actually, do what need to be done. Know what I mean? Draw a page. But I reckon our buffed Gale Kick could probably do it. Yeah, we have Roll of the Wolf, so they are getting buffed. We'll do it this way. That works. That actually just straight up works. We're doing a lot of damage, it's worth pointing out. It's not insignificant. Greater Split Vertical and Onrush. Restore a Light, and let's have a look, because... Okay, Greater Split Vertical is the worst one by far. So we use Mimicry on that. And there's nothing we can do to stop Onrush, so we're just going to take that. That's all there is to it. Trying to set up a counter die would be a waste of time. So we got. Go for Mimicry. Ow. Don't worry, you'll get it back. Yes. It's more like it. Really, I didn't realize before, but I should have got Absorption earlier so we could have benefited from Mimicry's healing, but I hadn't considered that. But I know now. And now it's emotion level 3, level slash 2, that's cute. Yeah, where we are now, counter Gale Kick would absolutely just take care of that, so just do that. We got it. Yep. Yep, there's a lot of damage coming out now. Oh, yeah. But now things get scary. Yeah, the real fight starts now. Yeah, it does. Greater Split Horizontal. Just going there. The rest of our stuff can be dealt with counter die. So it's 28 to 42. We're gaining quite a lot of strength. Enough strength? I don't know about that, but we are gaining a lot. Here's what we do. We do that to that. Because it makes the most sense. It's a mass summation. One of these two can be dealt with by that counter die. I think... The question is, do we use Gon or Gion? With Gion, we have a higher chance of succeeding at beating that. But with Gon, we'd be able to mitigate the damage. And have a slightly higher chance of succeeding at it. That's only gained 1 more strength. I'd say go with Gone. If we get hit with it, then we need to be able to survive. Also, if that loses, then I'm pretty sure the counter die won't come into play to defend against this. So it is actually really kind of scary. Mimicry is 19 to 35. That's 28 to 42. And Mimicry would gain a lot of bonuses. It's possible that Mimicry might be our best bet there. Because think about it, we're gaining +6, so that's 25 to 41. Then with Singular Strike, that's an additional 2. And then the 12 fixes coming into play as well, which increases the minimum and maximum roll. I don't know, it's the more hype way to do it, that's for sure. Don't know if it's the right way, in fact I'm almost certain it's the wrong way, but... it's what we're doing really, isn't it? It's actually what we're doing right now. I tell you what, you don't need to directly clash with it either, so do it like, I don't know, here, and you can destroy a fucking counter die, and it counts as winning a clash, which is probably good for us. Use Gale Kick to at least contend one of those, and then a taste test to try and get some light back, assuming we survive this. Oh my god, it was an even match. Oh, that's unexpected. I don't think anyone was expecting that one. Well, there you go. Do we still get Mimicry? We do. Oh. Well, that is certainly something. I think it's gotta be hello. We've got our stagger resist taken care of, now we need our health. Which we are doing alright on, actually. You're using... I think you might have just lost, Geb. I think you've already lost. Gain the strength. Let's see if we can finish her right now. We'll play it somewhat chill, just in case. Don't want to go too crazy. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Yeah, that's a good one. And she staggered, so I do believe the fight is actually over, yes. Yes, indeed. Oh, I didn't kill. That's a shame. I really wanted to end with that. It would have been so cool. I'm probably going to lose now, aren't I? That probably was the move that fucked me. I mean, all we need to do is, like, land 1 or 2 solid hits. There it is. Sounds like a skill issue to me. Well, that makes me happy at the very least. Okay, so, ladies and gentlemen, if I may be real with you for a moment, for just a moment, I have been trying so hard this video and been sweating myself completely dry to try and be like, guys, Singular Strike is viable. As a solo build, no, not even close. It's just not. You can't get nearly enough counter to make it work against more than 3 opponents, or basically more than like 6 to 8 attacks, because you just get battered in the first round way too quickly. It's impossible. But there is definitely power in Singular Strike. Running it as solo? No, I think that's impossible. That was the dumb thing I kind of wanted to explore for today. But used in conjunction with a party, it would be devastating, because I'd say focus on high power and high speed. You don't even need to use Myongist for this. And then enemy ranged attacks, dealt with. One-sided attacks, you can absolutely decimate them. All you need is something like Laceration, or just, I guess, well, you need something like Laceration in case they use a mass individual. Just something to block mass attacks, and you're good, really. It's stupid, it is stupid, but I had visions of the counter die just tearing through groups of enemies, and like, having fights be short but decisive, and nah, it didn't work out that way. Maybe someone else could do it better. I'm sure they could. But as for me, I don't think I can make solo Singular Strike work. At least not in the late game. Which is unfortunate because, you know, we're using late game materials here. Olivia's Page, for instance. Taste Test, which I think you get after the game is over. I can't remember if you get that from defeating Greta or if you get it afterwards. It doesn't really matter either way. It's late to end game. So it doesn't work as a solo build for anything. Like, I'd say Star of the City is too much for it. You could probably get away with doing it solo in Urban Nightmare. And you can do some of Star of the City with it, like I took care of Kane Office with it with much difficulty, but No, it's not viable for that, but it doesn't need to be. Singular Strike is exceptionally powerful when used correctly, and using it correctly requires A, to actually use it correctly, which I do with maybe a 30% consistency rate, I often use it wrong, but more importantly, used to support a team. The Singular Strike user fills a role. They are not the team. They fill a specific role. Oftentimes, it's dealing with ranged attacks, because ranged attacks just can't deal with proper Singular Strike users. Other times, it's doing excessive amounts of damage. Most of the time, it's having someone on Technological Sciences use Solemn Lament and deleting people. That's pretty much the best use for Singular Strike. But I still love Singular Strike. I love it very much. That's why I spent this whole fucking video trying to make this work, and it didn't, and it made me very angry and very sad. But that is the way of things. Ladies and gentlemen, I've wasted enough of your time. Thank you so much for watching. Special thanks to Teacup of Doom, Beep, Adash Sanjeev, Alkia, Honeydew Corporation, Sweet Baby Red, MB Alias, Lord Scullington, Jessicitty, Plutonium Pie, Dreamer Ghost, Leper Lullaby, K-Bub, Magic Cow, The Frostbite, Monsoon, World, Jumping with Joy, Warmas Oku, SCP-106A, Namad, and KT800 for supporting me on Patreon. Thank you so much, guys, and thank you all so much for watching. This was a catastrophe, but it was fun, and that is kind of why I started doing Deck Delusions, because I was like, let's try shit out, let's just have a look, and that's why I personally don't test these decks off camera, because that would defeat the whole point. The whole point is not that I'm coming here with the best shit and being like, guys, this is a tried and true 100% zero fail rate, like, super deck. It's something I thought of on a whim. I literally scribbled some notes onto Notepad when I thought of this, and then later went on to, went into the game, made the deck, tried it against Don Juan just to see if things on a very, 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 very basic level worked the way I thought they did, or to confirm, because it's embarrassing and a waste of time to have that not be the case when I start the video. And then I was like, okay, cool, I guess we'll go from there then. So, if you want to test your decks, if you want to send in tried and true tested decks, that's fine, you can do that, and I will probably check them out, but I personally don't test them beforehand, because for me, this is part of the process. But, yeah, next time will be one of you guys' decks, so if you've got anything good in mind, feel free to send it in. If not, I guess I'll just trawl through what we've got. There's a lot, so that might take me a minute. But whatever we do next time, I hope I see you there. Doodles, goodbye.